Beautiful people, it's the girl Jeannie and it's Jeannie's signature. So today I'll be making this beautiful 6 pieces princess that Bustier top. I've already shown the tutorial on how to make the pant trouser, a pencil pant trouser, and this is going to be having a zipper in the front. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end and kindly hit on the subscribe button, kindly like, and please kindly warmly share to your family and friends. So without wasting further time, let's get right into the cotton proper. And let's not forget, thanks to all my amazing subscribers. You guys are great. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I really appreciate you all. Thank you all. As at this time, I've not given this a very good press, so by the time I give it a very good press, it will come out very beautiful. So I will be drafting this on my paper first before transferring onto the fabric. So I'll be making use of a single paper. I'm not going to be folding it into two because we all know how expensive these things are right about now. So I'll just make use of the normal uh, single paper. But when you want to cut on your fabric, just ensure that you have it on fold. So I will cut on the front part first. Like I already have a tutorial on how to cut a princess that Bustier on my channel. So if you don't know how to go about that, please kindly watch it on my channel, or I may just leave the link in the description box so that it will be easier for you to go about that. So I'd already gone ahead to do it, you can see, because it's exactly what I did here that I have on my channel. So in order not to waste too much time, that's why I went ahead to do it like so. So I'm basically done with everything. It's exactly no difference. So I'll just cut this out and then I'm just going to be placing it on my fabric, and then I'll be adjusting what I need to adjust in order to get our 6 pieces. So basically here now I'm just getting my bust measurement divided into 4. I added sewing allowances. I added all the darts that I've used and then added sewing allowances as well, and then I got whatever I want to get. I believe you understand the gist. So that is basically what I was doing here. I was actually supposed to forward here, but just left it so that you would understand what I mean by what whatever I'm saying. You will understand perfectly well what I was trying to explain. So the only difference is that this lower part, I will just be making use of my hip measurement because the top is going to be getting as low as the hip. Not entirely the hip as such, but I would want that place to be like a kind of flary. So that is why I'm making use of my hip point for that, because this is going to be free at the hem. So I'm just connecting my waist to my hip and then my bust to my waist. So basically I'm through with the tutorial. So like I said, if you just feel confused about this, please kindly watch out for the pieces that Bustier on my channel. So now I've gotten out everything. So this is like the middle part for the front, and for this one, as you can see that when I cut out on the paper, I did not add a zipper allowance to that. So I'm just going to be adding the zipper allowance on my fabric like this. So depending on how many inches you would want for your zipper allowance, please kindly indicate on the fabric before placing the middle fold. As you can see, the mid front, as you see, this is the mid frontal part of the top. That is what I'm trying to cut out now. I'll be making a tutorial for the back later on. So this is the front, so I'll be adding 1 inch for zipper allowance for the front. If you like, you can go for 1.5, you can go for 2 inches. That is entirely your choice. So that is what I'm just trying to mark right there. So I'm marking 1 inch all the way down to the length. So I'm going to be placing it on, it's like as if we want to cut the back. You know, not, normally we always add our zipper allowance to the back, but in this instance we're going to be adding it to the front part. So right from the waistline, well, some people start from the under bust, so it's entirely your choice. So wherever you want your fillet to start from, it's optional. You can start from your under bust and you can start from your waist. So whatever your choice is, but I'm going to be making use of my waist. So that is where I'll be extending my 6 pieces from. So I'm just using this paper tape to hold my paper in place so that it would not shift when I'm cutting the fabric. So just cut out some little bit of pieces just to put it in place, like so, instead of making use of pins. So that is what I'm trying to do. So just put it in place like so, so that you won't, to avoid stories that touch. And so now that I have everything like this, so the next thing we're going to be doing now is to carve out the princess dart slant that will be by the side. So for this, depending on the volume of fabric you are with, you can make use of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches, depending on how wide you do. If it's too wide, it's not good. You know, too much of everything is not good. But I made use of 3.5 inches for mine. So I'll just be slanting from my waist down to meet it like so. Just slanted like so. It's as easy as A and B and C. So you can see I just slanted from my waist down like so. So that is how I'll be cutting it out. And this front, the middle front, is going to be in 2 pieces because of the zipper that will be going across or running across it. So I'm just cutting this out like so. So if you've watched up to this level, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. Kindly like and kindly share. Thank you all. So now I'll be cutting this into 2 because that is the zipper allowance, but I'll be cutting the neckline first. So if you want your neckline to be deeper than this, you can go deep. I made use of 4 inches, but if you want yours to be deeper, you can go ahead and go that. If you equally want it to be like a turtleneck, you can go ahead and do that, or a bishop neck. That is your choice. So I'll splitting that into 2 now, because of course the front part, mid part is going to be in 2 pieces. So I'm removing the duct tape so that you would see how it looks. So when I open it up, you can see the way it looks. So this is the middle part where we'll be inserting our zipper, and you can see the curvy part is showing you our 6 pieces curve. So let me put this into 2 and then set this aside. Then I will be folding the fabric again so that I'll get the sides. So I'll be placing this like so. So for this side, Bustier side, I'll be cutting out 2 pieces. You know, this is a single paper, like I told you when I was drafting it on the paper. I told you that it's going to be a single paper, and I'll be cutting out 2 pieces of each. So for this, I'm just trying to adjust my fabric, and then I'll be placing it like so. After placing it like this, I'll be making sure that that slanted thing that I had in the front to give us our 6 pieces is going to be on both sides. So like for the front, you can see that it was only on one side. If you can reverse or rewind, you will see that it was done only on one side. But for this side, it's going to be on both sides of the top so that it will stand out very good. So just exactly what we did at the front, we're going to be repeating it at the back. The only difference is that this will be having it on both sides of the front. So now I'll just mark 3.5 on both sides, or 3 inches. I can't even remember what I used again, but I think I made use of 3.5 here. That was what I just marked. So, and now from the waist area, you can see that I've already indicated my waist area so that I won't run into any problem when I want to slant it down. So you just take your ruler and then slant it down like so. Just slant it down like so. So once you have your pattern already done, it's very easy to get this thing done. So you just cut it out like so, and then you follow the curvy parts. So now we have different ways we can achieve this, but I used this, and I have this style for myself, and it came out beautiful, and it's exactly the same way that I'm doing it now that I did mine. So it's good. It came out very beautiful, as you can see on the thumbnail. This equally helps to not to waste your fabric. You understand? So because if you want to, as in, draft it directly, that would waste a whole lot of fabric. But when you already have your pattern paper and then you place and cut out, it's always easier, and it makes it easier for you to not to waste fabric. You know what I mean? So these are the side seams. Let me just place them very well so that you understand where we are headed. So these are the side cottons. As you can see, the Bustier area is already visible, so you can see. So by the time we sew it, this is how it's going to be standing out, so you can see it. So for those sharp edges, we don't want that standing out like Lady Gaga. Don't mind me. So in order to avoid the sharp edges, so you can just cut out some chunks out of it so that it would relax when you are finished sewing. So you don't really need any measurement for that, just to make it a little bit slanty, just like the way we do our 6-piece skirts. And we don't want the sharp edges to be too pointed. We just like cut out some pieces of the pointed parts. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. Just cut it out like so. So now we're just going to be going over to cutting of the back piece, because we are through with the front pieces. So for the back pieces, you can see, so for the back piece rather, this back piece, there's not going to be a zipper. So like I told you, this is exactly like opposite of what we did, or of what we usually do, like putting a zipper at the back. No, but this one now, there's not going to be any zipper. But the only difference I think that is going to be here from my own 6 pieces that I'm trying to make is that I want that middle part, I'm going to be slanting it open. Most people do not slant theirs open, but I'm going to be slanting mine open because I was willing to try out something and I liked the way it came out to be. So now I'm just trying to impute my dart, because I'd already gone out to cut to draft out the basic thing that I need for the back, just like I did for the front. Like I told you, if you don't understand what I did, I already have a detailed tutorial on how to cut out a princess dart bustier. The only difference that the one here is going to be having a zipper in the front, and the one I have on my channel is not having a zipper at the front. It's having a zipper at the back. That is the only difference. So the only different thing you do is just to put that zipper allowance at the front. That's all. And everything remains the same. So I'm just trying to get the dart, as you can see. From here, I'll just go up by 2 inches from my hip line and then connect my darts. And then on the waistline, I'll take a 1/2 inch and then connect the darts. So we have our dart. So I'll just be cutting this out exactly as you see. So bear in mind, when I was taking my waist measurement, I had already added the dart allowance to that. So please take note of that. So I'm just cutting this out. So have our dart cut out as you can see. And then I'll be cutting the neckline and the shoulder slopes. So for the back depth, I just made use of 1 inch. So you can see that is our waistline. Just trying to indicate that. So now I'll be folding my fabric so that we'll cut it out on the fabric as well. So yes, I'd already placed it like this, like the back piece, as in just placed it like this, and then just wanted to add just like I did in the front, but I just felt like, let me just try out something. There's no error in trying out new things. So I decided to remove it and then refold it, and then I added the 3 inches that I added for the sides also for this back piece. I just felt like, let me try it. I just want it to have a fuller effect at the back, since there will be no zipper at the back, and it came out beautiful as you saw on the thumbnail. So that is what I want to do now. I'll just remove this and then refold, which I just did. Do you understand what I did now? So instead of me cutting it exactly like the way we cut the front, no, I'm just going to be adding this same 3 or 3.5 inches on both sides of the back, middle big back part as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is what I'm doing here, and I'll be slanting that as you see me do. There's no love lost in trying out new things. You can try something out and it comes out well. It's not when somebody has done it that you say, oh, this thing came out fine. Have you tried it yourself? There's no harm in doing that. Yes, at the end of the day, when you see it after doing that, you feel like, oh, this thing looks odd or it's not fine, then you cannot do something else. You can try out new things. That's me. I like trying out new things. So when I did it and it came out fine, I was happy that I tried it out. So I'm cutting this out now, because for most people they don't do it like this. I can bet you on that. But I just decided to try this out. Okay. Sorry about that. I just sneezed. Sorry. I think it's the dusty weather, so sorry about that. So you can see this is the two middle parts. I will not be inserting anything. I just want that fullness at the back, as like you see it, like right about now. That is where I'll just join it by a quarter of an inch in the middle, like so, and that is it. So I'll be cutting the sides for the back the same way I cut out for the front. So let me just slant this out first so that I will not forget. So let me fold again and then come back. So I folded and I'll be cutting out for the back piece, the sides for the back, and to that I'll be adding the same 3.5 inches respectively on both sides. So I'll be slanting that from the waist area like so. And then we'll cut it out. So there's really nothing much to this tutorial, as you can see. It's quite easy breezy. And so let me remove the duct tapes on the paper. So we have the side for the back. And then I'll be opening that up. Okay, before doing that, let me just cut out the sharp edges. Just trim it out like so. So you can see one side for each side, though everything is going to be one. So that's why basically when you look at this, you say, oh, this is 8 pieces. It came out to be 8 pieces at the end of the day, but actually it's a 6 pieces. But you can call it 8 pieces if you like. It still came out because when you count the pieces, everything totals 8 pieces. So this is beautiful. So the next thing I'll be doing now, we're through with the cutting process. And the next thing I'll be doing now is just take this old fabric to the ironing table. And then I'll be ironing a gum stay on it to give this fabric stability. I'll not be ironing gum stay on the lining, but if you want, you can go ahead and do that. I'll be ironing only on the fabric. So let me quickly do that and I'll be right back. So yes, I've gone ahead to do that and I've cut out the lining. You can see the lining. So I didn't iron gum stay on that because I just didn't want to. I opted for the fabric. If not, I would have done it on the lining. So the whole essence of doing ironing this gum stay on the fabric is to give it that rich and kind vibes kind of feeling, so that it would stand out. And I'm not going to be using a crinoline for this, no. So even without making use of a crinoline, it came out standing as you saw on the thumbnail. So if you want yours to come out standing like this, so to these sides bustiers, I just added a little bit of wadding just to give the bust area an upliftment so that it won't look just flat. So that was why I just cut out some chunks like that and then added it to the bust area. So this is entirely optional though, it's not mandatory. So you're going to be sewing it like so separately, and then you take the lining exactly as you arranged the fabric. You're going to be arranging the lining the same way, and then you're going to be sewing it exactly the same way before using it to turn the neckline and turn the whole length and then the sides of the top. So whatever you're going to be doing to the front, you're going to be doing exactly the same thing to the back. You're going to replicating whatever you did to the front for the back. So that is what I'll be doing now. I'll be going over to the sewing machine, and then I'll be doing that, and then I'll come back to show you how it looks like. So you can see that everything is having gum stay, that is the fabrics. So I'll just go ahead and join all this together at once for the back, and then I'll join the linings as well, and then I'll use it to turn it all the way. So I've gone ahead to do that. As you can see, I've even gone ahead to fix my zipper for the back, and I've gone ahead as far as joining the shoulders because I don't want this tutorial to be too. So you can see that standing effect that I told you. You can see the back. This is the back piece. It's already standing, and I didn't add any crinoline. So even without adding any crinoline, you can see that it's going to be standing at edge. You can see that is looking beautiful already. So I'm going to be going ahead. So for the front piece, I had already added my zipper. I've already added my zipper for the back, for the front piece. So the thing left for me to do now is just to take it together and then join the sides. So that's what we call closing. So I just want to close it. Please ignore the background noise. So I'll just close it up and then come back to show you the next step. So yes, as at this point I had gone ahead to close it up at the side seam, so you can see it is all standing and it's looking very beautiful. So by the time the client wears it, everything will sit perfectly and that thing will just stand out the way it looks, and that's where the beauty is. So you can see the back. I've not even given it a good press at all here because we all know the situation of light in the country. So but I'll be making use of my stove iron later to give it a very good press. Yeah, that will be done off camera. So you can see it is looking very beautiful. So the next thing we're going to be fixing is just to fix our basic short sleeve, and then I'll be back to show you how it looks. I'm not going to show you how to fix a sleeve because I already have that on my channel as well. So you can see I'd gone ahead to fix the short basic sleeve because my client wanted it short and cute, and that was what I gave her. So you can see the 6 pieces top looking all pangy, looking all beautiful. So this is how we've come to the end of the tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did. So you can see the back that I told you that there's no error in trying out Newtons. So thank you all and God bless you. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, thank you, and catch you all on my next tutorial. It's looking beautiful. See you, and Miss Junior Signatures now signing out. Bye.